Om. 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 Sairam, everyone. Swami has talked about the tendency, the nature of Maya, and that what Krishna is telling Arjuna about Maya, that how it is very difficult to overcome. And he says it is his own vesture, which Maya is. And what exactly is Maya? That our view of the world, Swami says, it is something, a part of our own thinking. And it is our drishti dosham. It's a defect in our perception. This is what Swami is telling. And Swami will go on to explain to us how we can overcome it with the help of the Lord. So that's in a nutshell was what we were discussing. So I will ask sisters to continue from where we left off, Saira.
Saira, for this question on faulty vision, Krishna had the answer. He said, "Listen, Arjuna, between me and this universe, there moves Maya, called delusion. It is indeed a hard task for man to see beyond Maya, for Maya too is mine. It is of the same substance. You cannot deem it separate from me. It is my creation and under my control. It will turn in a trice, even the mightiest among men, head over heels. You might wonder why it is so difficult to overcome. Of course, it is by no means easy. Only those who are wholeheartedly attached to me can conquer this, my Maya. Arjuna, do not take Maya to mean some ugly thing that has descended from somewhere else. It is an attribute of the mind. It makes you ignore the true and the eternal Paramatma and value instead the attributeful created manifold multiplicity of name and form. It causes the error of believing the body as the self instead of the embodied, the Deha instead of the Dehi. Maya is not something that was and will disappear. No, it is something that was not, but later came in and is. It never was or is or will be. Maya is a name for a non-existent phenomenon. But this non-existent thing comes within view. It is like the mirage in the desert, a sheet of water that never was or is. He who knows the truth does not see it. Only those ignorant with the ways of the desert are drawn by it. They run towards it and suffer grief, exhaustion, and despair. Like darkness arising in the room, hiding the room itself, like moss growing on the water, hiding the water itself, like cataract growing in the eye, hiding the vision. Maya too attaches itself to whoever helps it grow. It overpowers the three gunas and three gods. That is to say, all who identify themselves with the limited, the named, the formed, the individualized are affected by it. Jiva Branti, identification of Jiva, brings it about. Tattva Branti, identification with the Tattvam, that is entity, removes it. It hides the Tattva. It does not hold sway over those who have once known the Tattva.
Thank you very much, sister. So we had read this and discussed, and I had sort of given a Swami has covered so many aspects of Maya here. If anyone is interested in discussing or sharing anything, please go ahead.
In the second paragraph, it says Maya is a name for a non-existent phenomena. What is the word Swami uses for the non-existent?
Okay. I think anti. Auntie, I think you're mute.
Yeah. Sairam. Maya is the name for non-existent phenomena. That's what she was asking.
Yes.
మాయ అన్నది ముందుండి తరువాత పోనిది కానీ లేనిది తరువాత వచ్చి చేరునిది కానీ కాదు. ఎప్పుడూ లేదు. లేని వస్తువే మాయ. లేని వస్తువే మాయ. Maya is name for non-existent phenomena. Swami is saying in one sentence, లేని వస్తువే మాయ. The one which is not there. It's called Maya.
A substance which does not exist.
Substance which.
So Vastu is object, right? And then Leni Vastu?
Leni Vastu means the thing which did not exist. Leni means not existing.
Not existing.
Non-existing thing. Maya is a non-existing thing.
Okay.
Okay.
అయితే కనిపించును. But it will. అయితే కనిపించును. But you can see it. Non-existing comes within the view.
And just before that sentence, I think last time we corrected the English, where the English says Maya is not something that was and will disappear. Whereas I think in Telugu it says Maya was always there.
Something,
but it can go, right?
But it will disappear. When knowledge arises, the Maya will disappear.
So the last sentence in English there, it never was or is or will be. Is there something like that in Telugu?
ముందుండి తరువాత పోనిది. ముందుండి తరువాత పోవనది కానీ. That means it was before. లేనిది తరువాత వచ్చి చేరునిది కానీ. Afterwards it came and it came into existence is not true.
ఇది ఎప్పుడు లేదు. లేని
వస్తువే మాయ.
So Swami says it never existed. That's what Swami says. It is okay.
Okay.
At no time does it exist.
So, brother.
I think yes, sister.
Okay. Sorry for the. So you can finish it, brother. Then I'll ask.
Yeah. So see, Swami is saying. I think, Liani, I think your question is. Swami says it existed before, but it can go away. It did not come in the middle.
Right.
Okay, that's what Swami says. And then Swami says, "Iti eppudu ledu." Okay, it never was.
Okay.
Okay, but I think your question is, if Swami says it existed and it is disappearing, in the first place, I think that's where your question is.
Yes.
Aya nanadi mundundi taruvata
పోవనది కానీ.
It was and it left. Okay, it did not come in the middle. So that's the first thing Swami says. Then Swami says idi eppudu ledu. Okay, I think the question is, see, the concept was there from the before and it left, but that concept itself is it doesn't have substance.
Okay.
That is what Swami is saying. It doesn't have substance.
Right.
We may think we may imagine something from the start about something. That's the imagination exists in our mind, but it does not exist in reality. It doesn't exist. Okay, I think that's why already Swami has said Maya is something related to the thinking. Okay, so but it does not exist as a substance in front of you. Vastu. Okay, so it does not have a tangible existence, but it exists in the mind. We imagine it is on. It is just, I think, the standard thing is the rope was there and we saw snake. The snake is there as long as the darkness exists, as it relates to us. But the thing is that can vanish. But the reality is that there was no real snake. The image of a snake was seen by us. And that phenomenon existed from before. And that phenomenon will leave. But the snake itself did not exist. So, Swami is trying to, that's what it is. Auntie Saria.
We are all deluded. That delusion makes us think that there is a snake on the rope. But actually it never existed. Snake never was there. Only rope. But our imagination, our mind worked, and our vision, drishti dosham, it looked like snake.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very clear now. Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Brother, that's something I wanted to clarify here. Here the for Krishna is saying, Maya also, for Maya too is mine. So why then Krishna saying Maya too is mine, where it's a delusion? And that is because of the srishtis, but how we look at it. Until the mind there, we are seeing the Maya. But God is saying Maya also is mine. What is that? Why he is saying that? It's a delusion and it's a mind. But but overall, in every substance, the God is there. That is there.
Sister, so the thing is, so we see a mirage, a shining thing in the desert, we see at the distance. Does that shining thing, that phenomena exist? Yes, it exists. But the problem is we mistake it to be water. That is the problem with our perception and our knowledge. Why is the shining there? It's because of the sun. Okay.
So the shining thing only you're talking, Krishna talking about as a Maya?
Yes.
Is within me? See, okay.
In this world, we will see Maya. That is, there is no, it's not a negotiable thing. But the thing is, we should not get deluded by that.
How we understand is the delusion. Okay.
That is the problem. That is what is Maya. So you understand. So so it's very, the concept itself is Maya. So it is very difficult to explain.
Yes, now clear. Thank you.
Is, the shining thing which you see, everyone in this world will see.
Yes.
But the person who knows in deserts, you will see something shining, but it's not water, has clarity. That person will see, oh, sun's light is reflecting there and it looks like a sheet of water. Okay. So when we look at the world and say, oh, God's light is reflecting like this, but there is no water.
Okay. Now I got it. Thank you.
So the person who knows, so it is, that fact is a fact. It owns by sun. Sun is making that seem like that because he's the one light. So he's the one who is giving you that shining sheet of thing. But that phenomena exists. But you are thinking that it is water will be
that
there.
Is not exist. That's the Maya.
Initially you will have, as soon as you get the knowledge, that thinking will go away. Okay, so there are one is God's side, one is our side.
Okay.
And Maya is the cause of that confusion.
Yes.
Maya,
thank you.
Maya belongs to Ishvara. That question Aruna was asking.
Yes, Auntie.
Yeah. Maya is my power, Swami Bhagawan says. Because when creation took place, this Prakriti as a power, as a Shakti, it came, it was his Shakti. So with which he created this universe. That is why he says Maya is mine. He created Maya, but Maya is under his control. Maya will not, he controls the Maya, and Maya has to behave as Lord wants it to. That is it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
because in this world, sister, all created things look very attractive. And we will think, oh, this is going to give me everlasting joy. And we run, and then we find, oh my gosh, why did I get into this? Okay, because what you thought was actually Maya was deluding. But then that is a human experience. But as far as God is concerned, he will say everything is fine. Why did you get deluded? So that is, that kind of thing only about the world and the Maya. So God has created everything, but that will not last. So I will say, you look at beauty and think, oh, this is going to give me joy, but the beauty is not lasting. It will vanish. The physical, something which is tasty today, it will look very attractive to you eat. It can cause problem in the stomach. Things like that. So that is the way Maya is, because we do not understand and we get deluded. The person who understands that this will cause problem will keep away, or will deal with it with discrimination. So I think
Thank you.
This explanation, Nitya Satyamaina Paramatmanu Marachi, Gunakaryamulaina Nama Rupa Padarthamule, Nijamaniyan Chuta Maya Yokka Gunamu. That is the explanation Panu gives. Sis Gunakaryamulaina Nama Rupa, this form and name, which we perceive in this world. And we forget about the Paramatma, but we look at this world and we are attracted by it. That is Maya, that is delusion.
Sai Ram.
Sorry,
go ahead, Satish.
Sorry, Auntie, after you, Auntie.
Sai Ram, in the second paragraph, I see Jiva Brandi, Tattva Brandi, and there's another third one that is entity. Can you connect with the Maya delusion with these three categories? Thank you, Sai Ram, and explain to me. Thank you.
So the two categories.
Yes, Sai Satish, go ahead.
No, after this question, maybe, because I had another question in parallel with what came up. So after Auntie's
Auntie, you want to answer this Auntie question?
Jiva Bhranti, Tattva Bhranti. There are only two. It's further explanation of this Tattva, that Swami is explaining what is the Tattva is that. That means the Paramatma, the absolute. So this is not the third entity. It is only Jiva Bhranti, Tattva Bhranti. Jiva Bhranti is identification with the Jiva. That
Sai Ram, I'm getting.
Okay. Arun, what is it?
Auntie, what did you say? Haku Auntie?
I think she lost the connection.
Yeah, some connection is getting lost.
Okay.
Auntie, please go ahead.
No, you please go ahead, Arun.
See, Auntie, what Swami is saying is, if we identification with Jiva, that limited self, okay,
yeah,
will cause Maya. Okay, but once we identify with Tattva, that is God, that that everything is God. Once we start thinking like that, Maya will vanish. That's what Swami is saying. So slowly we should understand everything as a reflection of the Lord, and that experience will remove Maya.
And what the third one is?
The third one is Swami is explaining what is the Tattva. That this entity, which is Tattva.
Tattva. Okay.
Tat means that. Tat means
Yeah, that.
Okay. That
And-
this tat means that this is tvam. Okay, that's the way Swami stand.
Tattvamasi.
Tvam is another word for tvam is this.
This.
Idam. This idam means that means which is param. Aparam is what you see in front of you. Whatever we see in this world is this idam. I am. You know, there are multiple names given by Upanishads. I am, idam. That means this. Whatever we see around us. That is which is beyond. That is Brahman. So that Brahman is this. You know, that is Tat Tvam Asi. So Swami is saying, once we come to understand that we are divine, until then Maya will not let us go. Okay, so until we realize that. So almost all human beings suffer from Jiva Bhranti. See, Jiva Bhranti, multiple levels. One is we think the body is Atman, body is us. We may think our mind is us. Then we can think Jiva is also us. So there can be 3 levels of Bhranti which can cause Maya. So we have to transcend even that to overcome Maya. Until then, only Lord can help us. Okay. I hope that's my
Thank you. Understood. Thank you.
And just one quick question. The word Bhranti itself, I thought sometimes it was Bhranti means delusion, but does it mean identification? Or?
See, Bhranti is mental, conception.
Aberration. Aberration. Can you call it?
Aberration.
Entity.
Delusion.
Yes, it's like a delusion. Bhranti is you imagine something, okay,
Delusion.
which may not be the accurate thing.
Then
Like
why is it called Tattva Bhranti? Why is that a Bhranti?
Oh, I see. Because that's also that's the maximum the mind can function.
Oh,
See, Tattva Bhranti is called Neti. Means this is not Tattva. You understand that thinking that Maya, everything related to Maya, you can say, you see, but you see it as it is not valid. It is not real. See, the mind is only capable of Bhranti.
oh.
Okay. But the thing is, Tattva Bhranti is the maximum it can rise up to. At that point, whatever it says, it will know this is not real, this is not real, this is not real. What I'm seeing is not real. God it is. That's where the word Bhranti is given. So Bhranti generally has a negative term, thing, but yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So all 3 stages are Bhranti.
No, the third stage, once you have merged Bhranti, there's no Bhranti.
Okay. The first 2 is Bhranti.
Yes.
Thank you.
See, once you have gone into that state, you are not separate. So there's nothing to see.
You are all one.
One. But that is not in the domain of the mind. Mind cannot achieve that. Mind can only take you to the gate. And once you go in, then you are gone. I think another example we can give is, see, you are going to sleep. You can lie down. The body is at rest. You can relax your mind. And you are ready for sleep. But as soon as you sleep, the mind doesn't know that it's sleeping. If you know that you are sleeping, you are not sleeping. You're still in Bhranti stage. But once you sleep, there is nothing to experience for the mind. Because it comes from the word Brahma. Brahma.
Brahma. Sai Satish was asking something.
Yes, Sai Satish. Now it's...
Yeah, Saravanan. I was just... actually, I think part of the thing, as we were discussing, this other thing got answered, because I was just... Everything is like Manu Moolam Idam Jagat. So based on that, ultimately, though we say like the rope is there and our mind superimposes our imagination on that rope and visualizes it as a snake, and then when the light of wisdom comes on, that whole thing goes away. My thing was, even that rope, because it's a concept of the mind, is once again a projection. Means ultimately, like you were telling, Anna, it goes to a point where anything conceived by the mind is a projection or an imagination. So even the rope on which we imagine that the imagination is projected is also an imagination. So so it ultimately becomes that everything is Brahman. So that is the thing where, so yeah, so I think when we get to that point, what is being projected and what is being projected upon and who is projecting, everybody becomes like that Brahman kind of a thing. So I think
Yes.
that was what I was telling in that context. And I think that clarity came more as we discussed along. That is one thing. And second thing, I think there's other thing, like when there's a, I think it's the wife and their group of ladies, they are behind the curtain and they are trying to ask that person, that lady, who is her husband. So when they keep pointing to different people, she says, no, no. But when it comes to her husband, she only smiles, kind of a thing. So it's that kind of the neti thing. When you say not this, not this, not this, but when you come to what is, you become speechless. There are no words to describe that. You just smile in the sense you are in that Ananda state. So that is another correlation as well. Sairam.
Very, very nice. Another term, I think Sister Ananti reminded us, Swami calls Jiva Bhranti is Avidya Maya. Tattva Bhranti is Vidya Maya.
But for the snake to be superimposed upon the rope must exist. Otherwise, how can you superimpose snake on a rope? Rope exists. As far as the transactional world is concerned, the Vaharika Satya, it is there. We are living in a world, where everything is so real to us. So rope was real, but the snake which was superimposed was a delusion. So that is Maya. Rope exists as far as we are here, as far as the transactional world is concerned.
And I think the question is, Auntie, how do we become one with the rope?
That is the beyond stage. Beyond stage. We are still in this stage now.
At the atomic level, the rope and Asa the same.
No, Sai Satish went to the third stage, and then he said the rope is also Brahman. To realize that kind of realization, we have to wait for some time.
That's our hope, Auntie, from the rope to the hope.
Okay, rope to the hope. That's fine. Very good. Very good.
Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, so Sairam, brother. So in Sandeka Nivarani, we studied, if you are in deep, if you are in dream stage, so you can have a cup of coffee, is too hot, and sometimes you might drop the coffee. That time you woke up. So same thing in the wake stage also, you have the same thing, you can drop the coffee, but both are same. That one you had a dream. Swami saying, even the wake stage, even you can have a coffee and everything, that also is a Maya. So Maya, anything form and the name is Maya. Anything subject to change, it's a Maya. What is not subject to not change is absolute, that Atma only. So if we see a dark in a room, when the light comes, dark disappears. So same thing, we have so much of ignorance. Once you get the wisdom, the ignorance is gone. So once you understand that one, with the Maya only you can liberate that one. Also, we have to understand. Thank you, Brother Sairam.
Jai Sairam, Brother Jai Sairam.
Can you just translate what Brother Satish said about Manomulam?
Manomulam.
Sai Satish, Manomula Vidan Jagat.
Yeah, yes, Anna. So Mano Moolam Idam Jagat, basically it becomes that mind is the basis for this universe, because at the end, as long as the mind exists, the universe exists. So, for example, if I have to take people who are, let's say, mentally challenged, for them, the world that they perceive is not the same as the world we perceive. So that is one example to understand how mind becomes the basis of this whole world. So, and even as actually we look at the world outside, we perceive that what we see outside on the inside, and that's how it changes in terms of how we understand and the way we function. So basically explaining that sentence, Manu Moolam Idam Jagat. Manu, mind, Moolam, basis, Idam, this, Jagat, world. So the mind becomes the basis of this world. Saira.
And regarding the rope, so you were saying even the rope is in our mind?
That's what Auntie was also trying to say, because as my eyes open, I am seeing the rope, and then Maya means it's not then Maya, but actually simultaneously Maya comes in and it's seeing the rope as the snake. So at the level of the mind, even the rope is a creation. So I don't know, it is like this. If I had X-ray vision, I would see the world as black and white. Because I have the Vibgyor vision, I'm seeing the world with its colors. So if the Jnani now looks at the world, will they see the rope or will they see Brahman? That's the question that's coming to.
Brahman.
See, it's an optical illusion in this world. Not only even the physical level, actually, if the physicists will say the atom is completely empty. There's more open space in an atom than we can ever imagine. But all these atoms comprise of many materials in this world. For a physicist, it's, I don't know, close to 90% is just pure space. But that is not our experience. We see objects. And I don't think science is still able to explain why do we see objects the way we see, the way eyes see. Even if it's ultimately it's all pixelated in this entire world. But even physically, we are able to walk without falling down into some. So that's the reality of this optical illusion which has created this world.
Krishna himself admits, sorry. Krishna himself admits that Mama Maya Duratya. To him also it is. He says, my Maya, nobody can conquer. That is Duratya. It is very difficult to overcome Maya. So Krishna himself says, yeah, sorry.
Brother, is it good to say that Maya is this and God is that? Whatever you see in the world is this, right? So those are Maya. So this is Maya. That is God.
External world, what you perceive through your senses is just Maya. But Maya superimposed on the real thing. That's why, Sai Sathya was telling about X-ray vision.
Yes.
Will say Atmic vision will see you, let you see God.
Yeah.
Even in the external world. You tear the screen and peer through other side. Sai Sathya was telling there's a curtain. You have to tear the curtain and look beyond.
That is called Vidya Maya then?
Maya is the curtain.
Yeah.
So you have to tear it off.
Yeah, tear it off with your Vidya Maya, right? Until the mind is there, you are going to work out with the Maya to work, right?
No, you have to tear it, you have to cut it open only with Buddhi.
Is not Vidya Maya? Knowledge?
No, once you know Vidya Maya, there's something behind this curtain. You will tear open the curtain to see what it is. Okay, mind is also powerless. I think in this story of Ramakrishna, Swami says, use the sword of Buddhi, and he tore open, the Mother Kali's image, which he had imagined. And after that, he was able to experience Kali everywhere.
There is another story Ramakrishna Paramahamsa explains about Maya.
Yes.
In the forest, in Ramayana, we come across that scene where Rama is going in the front, Sita in the middle, Lakshmana at the back. Lakshmana could see Rama only when Sita moves a little bit sideways. Otherwise, he can't see her. He can't see him. So Maya is that is Prakriti. That's Prakriti. It is obscuring us our vision of the Lord. He explains. And another thing is, that mass which Swami is explaining there. Mass is covering the whole sheet of water. If you want to see clear water, you have to push that mass away. Then only you can see clear water. So he gives these two examples about for Maya. Saira.
Thank you.
Is that sentence the same in Telugu, the one about the darkness in the room, the moss growing on water, the cataract growing in the eye? And then in the English, it says Maya too attaches itself to whoever helps it grow. Is that the meaning of those examples? Oh, Auntie, you're on mute. You're on.
The moss grows in water. Water is helping it to grow. That's Maya too attaches itself to whoever helps it to grow. That, I think, am I clear, Kalyani? The moss grows in water. Water is helping the moss to grow, expand itself. So it actually, Maya too attaches itself to whatever helps it to grow.
So, so who is helping Maya grow? The Lord.
Okay.
It is covering him.
Okay.
Okay. Maya is the Lord is the source also.
We cannot win.
Arun, is it not water which is helping this thing to grow?
So the moss is
Paramatma.
helped by Paramatma. If we say water is the Paramatma, moss is growing based on the water, so it is just covering it. So it's same thing. If it's a tinder, it's something, a coal, which is it's fire, then around it the ash,
there is ash is formed.
It will cover the fire. You won't be able to. So you have to blow the it away. So it forms based on something will be attached and cover it. So that's what Swami is saying.
So the person who's helping it grow, you're saying that's Brahman, and the Maya is growing on Brahman and covering it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because when I first read that sentence, I thought it meant like, oh, somebody who's worldly or something.
Oh, no.
No,
See,
okay.
that's why even Trimurtis are covered. The Avarinchunu, that's the word Swami has used. Even the Trimurtis are covered by the Maya.
Oh.
Okay, so it originates from that and it covers it.
Okay.
So that's why Krishna is saying that is my vesture. That's what I wear. Maya is what I wear. So Maya relates to the Lord, and it is covering only because it grows out of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it overcome only with the help of the Lord.
Oh,
Avarana, there comes Maya's Prakriti's two attributes. Avarana, which it covers Avarana.
Vikshepa, Avarana, I don't know whether everyone remembers.
Mala
Vikshepa, Avarana. We discussed in Sandhya Nivarni, I think.
Yeah.
So Maya attaches to whoever helps it to grow. God is helping it to grow, so it attaches itself.
is that how it's phrased also in Telugu? It attaches to whoever helps it grow?
Yeah, Ashray meant to be that's what he says, Yeah. He doesn't text. Pachi niti unde putti nitine avarinchinattu. Yes, correctly. Pachi is moss.
Pasi in Tamil now we will say Pasi.
Pasi. In Telugu it's Pachi.
Pachi.
Pachi niti unde putti nitine avarinchinattu. It grows in water and it covers the water.
Auntie, it says it is born out of water and covers the water. Right, Auntie? Because it is putti, it is born out, yeah, and then covers. Because I was just saying, it is not that God is helping it to grow. It is born out of God and it covers God.
Born out of water. That's what. It's not
born out of water. Yes.
Born out of. But we are taking water as an ashraya. Water is an ashraya for the moss, for the pachi.
Yes, Auntie.
It's putti. I think, Auntie, Aishat is saying putti is not grow, it is to be born.
Born.
Yes, born.
So, yeah, Maya is born with Paramatma.
Yes, yeah.
Like rather Brahman.
Maya Kudanu, Maya also. కంటి పొర పుట్టి
మాయ కూడాను సామాన్యమైనది కాదు. కంటి పొర కంటి అందే పుట్టి కంటిని కప్పినట్ల మాయ కూడాను సామాన్యమైనది కాదు. అది ఎవరందు పుట్టునో వారినే ఆశ్రయించును. ఎవరందు పుట్టునో వారినే ఆశ్రయించును.
So then Swami goes to Triguna.
Trimurti Trigunamalno avarinchuno sollirukkaru.
Yeah, so the thing is, from the Trimurti, they also cover them. I think here, the translation is not necessary. It overpowers is the word which is used, which is, I don't think it's right. Means it covers. It covers.
That ashraya meaning, that what is that ashraya exact meaning?
Takes refuge.
Takes refuge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so saying Maya takes refuge, or?
See, ashraya means it also, someone who supports is also ashraya.
Yeah.
See, when you say someone is your refuge, that person takes care of you. He's the last resort, that kind of thing. So ashrayinchunu means Maya itself takes refuge in the Lord.
Yeah.
Because it has to take refuge, because that is the source from which it can sustain itself.
So it's like the dog, like the owner feeding the dog with biscuits, Anna.
Yes, Sai Satish. Dog and Maya will never leave each other.
So in the Telugu, is it saying to whoever helps it grow, or is it just saying the Lord?
Evaraina.
Yeah, Evaraina. Evariyandu puttuno varine ashrayinchuno.
So Kalyani, Swami is very tricky. Okay. See, the thing is, if we create Maya, the Maya will cover us also. Okay, that's why Swami has put that. Lord is also covered by Maya, which is called Mahamaya. Okay, we also have our own little Maya, which grows out of our mind and covers us also. Okay, so our perception about us in others' eyes also will change. When Trimurtis are covered up, then the Maya which is born is also cover us. So others will not be able to see even us. We will not be able to see them, because the Maya which grows out of them will cover. Because Triguna, that's why Swami has used the Triguna. The Sattva, Rajas, Tamas are the ones which cover everyone up. So what we see is the gunas which they project. Everyone who we see, actually we are only seeing the gunas which they project. We don't see the Atman, which is the real self, their real self. So what we see in each person is the interplay of the three gunas, which is part of the created world. We'll sometimes see them as good, sattva, sometimes we see rajas, sometimes we the tamas, and a mixture of all this, what we perceive in others. So that triguna covers each person. So same with the Trimurtis are also, the gunas will cover them, because whatever, that is, so it's part of the created world. Okay, so Swami is, Swami, every word he uses very, very, what to say, only he can, he can, it's so appropriate, it's just unbelievable.
That's why Maya is called Anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniya. Swami is also Anirvachaniya.
You can't, that means you can't describe?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't describe.
So when it says it attaches to whoever helps it grow, like for example, like for,
Ashray, attach means it depends on, it takes sustenance.
so like,
is the word Swami has used.
Yeah, Kalyani.
so is it like our goal is for Maya to not attach itself to us, right? Like we're trying to remove the cataract, we're trying to remove the moss, is it? Or
so the thing is, actually that sentence itself has an answer. If we know from where we are born and attach ourselves to the source from which we are born, nothing can do anything. See, in our case, we are gone from God. That means we should attach ourselves to God. So Maya itself is teaching us a lesson. If we want to be close to the Lord, we should attach ourselves to Him.
oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so is it like, because everything that I consider myself to be, like from buddhi to body, as Swami says, like all of that is Maya. So Maya, what I consider myself is Maya. So I have to attach myself to
The Lord.
the Lord.
So Maya is actually teaching us what we should do. That is why it's there. And because it is doing that and it is attached to the Lord, it's very difficult for us to go past that.
Okay.
So go past it only by calling out to the Lord, the calling out to the master so that he can keep the dog in check. So that is why Maya is created by the Lord to show us, attach yourself to me, to your source, from where you are born. But when you are not attached to what you are born, you will be in the grips of the world or your own Bhranti. So that's
Anna, it's like, is my attachment to God greater than Maya's attachment to God, kind of a scenario, me versus Maya.
equal.
So, yeah.
And it'll become Ras Leela.
Yeah, I mean, it's like as we are dwelling more into it, it's like that mass effect. Like, like each person having like their own mass and one mass interacting with another mass to like distort the whole of, like, you see what is east and ultimately you're going west, kind of a scenario. So
Instead of MOSS, it is MASS. Mass.
Yes, auntie. It's a mass effect.
Yeah, MOSS is like MASS.
Yes, auntie. Yes,
Brother Dasan has raised his hand and patiently waiting, so I will ask him.
Yes, I am, brother. If you look at the marriage, that is the Maya born within you. Even though it's Maya created by the God, when you look at that cataract, is created within you. But death and people born and death and everything, the person who understands, if he has the wisdom, he knows everything Maya. So whoever looking at the physical world, that is born within them. The person who jnani won't look at that Maya. He'll think everything in divinity. For him, there is no Maya. Only for us, the Maya is born within us. People who have more delusion about the world, more attachment in this world, they have lots of Maya. The person who started to get more knowledge and more knowledge in this Atmic world, then they can understand there is no Maya. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's why many of the temples, when you go, in the outer wall, all sorts of worldly things will be painted and all that. So we are supposed to go past that, we pierce that and go in, and then we will have the darshan of the Lord. That itself is, when we go out, that's why if you go to the Gopuram, we'll have all sorts of things, whichever, many things can be carved. But you go through that, go past that to see the Lord.
Even inside the temple,
yes.
there's a curtain. You have to open the curtain, only then God can be seen. That curtain is Maya. Tyagaraja says, Naloni Teryatiraga. The Maya in me, can you remove it?
Remove that curtain also.
That is the curtain of Maya.
And then we show the Jnana Deepam.
Mm.
He
shows that Jnana Deepam to see that this is the Lord.
This is the Lord. So
Anna, in that context, I have a question. Actually, it's a beautiful thing that you mentioned on crossing that Gopuram that has all of those images, and then, but like it's also said that the Gopuram should be the highest structure in that place, right? In any town, they say that, of course, I understand that God's thing must be given the highest importance, but going with this analogy of what you gave of going past and high, that having the highest position, how does that go? Like, you got me? Like, I'm just
very, very nice question. See, the Gopuram, I don't have others have, but because I brought the topic up, maybe I'll talk. See, the Gopuram serves a lot of purposes. The reason why the Gopuram is supposed to be the highest, so that is the place where the Lord resides. Okay, that should towers above everything, so that everyone be able to see that. I think that's one of the physical reasons. Second reason why the Gopuram has to be high is that gives protection to the place around it, because usually when there's lightning striking, it will hit the Gopuram and not any part of the village, because in every village there has to be a temple with Gopuram high. Number two. Number three, the Gopuram also shows that we have to rise from animality to divinity. We have to rise. So there are many levels. So there are a number of levels, and what should be in each is also part of the Gopura Nirmana, science. So that basically shows how we have to rise from animality to humanity to divinity to the Lord himself. So that is also, it is depicted in that. Another thing is, it's the Vishwarupam of the Lord. So Gopuram is also considered the Sthula Lingam. Sthula Lingam also it is called. So that means from anywhere you can look at the Gopuram and see that as God himself, because it is a Vishwarupa Darshanam where the Lord is showing the entire Vishwam as part of him. So there, that's the structure. We can have one discussion about Gopuram. I think Swami, there are one or two discourses, I think in Geetha Vahini also, Dharma Vahini, I think it sort of discusses some of it. Swami has talked about why Gopuram should be, So Gopuram itself is, it's God. That is the way people will look at the Gopuram and pray. It is equal to going inside and seeing the lingam. See, one is the external, Mahato Mahiyam. Inside, if you go, he will see Anoranya.
Anoranya.
So Gopuram is also lingam. Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah. In fact, in some villages, any building should not be above the Gopuram. It should be the maximum height is Gopuram, so it should be lower than that. That's what they believe in. And recently I heard somewhere, one building was raised so high that the nearby there was a temple, and this height, the building's height was much more than that. So they had to bring down that level of the building. I heard somewhere recently. Sorry.
We can, I think, if everyone is okay, we can move on to the next paragraph.
Sairam. Arjuna, you might ask me whether this Maya, which pervades and injures the very place where it originates, has not tarnished me, in whom it has taken birth. It is natural that such a doubt should arise. But that is a baseless doubt. Maya is the cause of all this Jagat, creation, but it is not the cause of God. I am the authority that wields Maya. This Jagat, which is the product of Maya, moves and behaves according to my will. So, whoever is attached to me and acts according to my will cannot be harmed by Maya. Maya acknowledges their authority also. To overcome Maya, the only method is to acquire the jnana, wisdom, of the universal and to rediscover your own universal nature. For you attribute the limit of life on that which is eternal, and it is this which causes Maya. Hunger and thirst are the characteristics of life. Joy and grief, impulse and imagination, birth and death are all characteristics of the body. They are all an Atma and an Atmik. They are not the characteristics of the universal, the Atma.
Thank you very much.
Anatma.
Anatma.
They are all anatma,
Anatma.
anatmic.
Right, thank you.
Okay.
So, Swami is actually, the overpower, tarnished, Swami is clearing.
That, yeah. The moss which is grown on the water, actually it spoils, it pollutes that water. It becomes dirty. So not like that. He is not, it is not going to touch him.
So I will just open it up. I think it's a further explanation of Maya by Swami. So I will.
Actually, in Telugu, Swami, that hunger and thirst, this is all prana dharma. These are all prana dharmas. That is, sukha dukkamulu manodharmamulu. It belongs to mind. Janana maranamulu deha dharmamulu. It belongs to the body. Akali dappulu prana dharmamulu. So these three, he completely, and they're all anatmik. So we impose these anatma dharma on the atma dharma, and they are all we superimpose this on the atma dharma, and that is Maya. Aropichute Maya. Atma endu aropichutiya Maya. Okay. Go ahead, please, Anandi.
Sairam, the previous passage and this passage discussion, I understand that all of us are different versions of Maya, and maybe when I talk to someone, I will think I am talking. Maybe this Maya is talking to another Maya. In that kind of understanding, I got it, and particularly, Swami is saying that whoever is attached to me and acts according to my will cannot be harmed by Maya. That's why maybe even in the different religions and all other, either Vedanta or Siddhanta, everywhere they tell us, please have the faith in God, then you will not be harmed by anyone. Maybe that may be the reason, because otherwise every single Maya we encounter, they will harm us. Even knowingly or unknowingly, we may not realize that is also Maya. We don't know at what level that Maya is standing at that time. It could be very low level or high level. So how in the worldly sense or in the practical thing, how we identify, at what level that Maya, and whether we can believe that Maya, or when we interact with someone. And my understanding, only the way to have full faith in God, leave the rest without maybe thinking anything. Is the way we have to deal with the worldly Maya. So many, maybe every name should be started with Maya, the Anandi, Maya, Aruna, Maya, Kalyani, and maybe everybody, they will realize I am talking to a Maya,
So I will call you Maya Anandi.
Because I think as long as we think it's my, then it's Maya. The limited, I think. But I think sister's question is pretty practical one. Tomorrow, now she's going to get up and, after study circle, she will look around and find a husband and call him Maya. So she doesn't know what I'm cooking today also is Maya. So how do we deal with this Maya world in a day-to-day manner? I think that's sister's question. How do we navigate, and how do we let it be used as long as we are alive? I think that's a question, very nice question, sister. I will open it up to everyone to share their thoughts. Iva.
If you don't mind, please, shall we read one by one sentence after this thing? The word here is Maya is cause of all Jagat, the creation. Then, but it's not the cause of God. So what is that? I am the authority that means Maya, the Jagat, which is the product of Maya again, and moves according to my will. How come?
Sairam, so I'll just go with what initially Sister Anandi had raised. So, like, there's this analogy that even Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has given, or even Bhagawan has spoken, where there's this maid servant who comes to the house of the master there, or she comes to work in that house. When she is working in the house, she does all the things needed for that house, including taking care of the children in that house as her own children. That much she gives the intensity of love and taking care of those children, doing all that work and everything. But in her mind, she knows that this is not her house. Her house is back there in the village. Her children are back there. Her family is back there. That is there at the end. That is always there in her mind. So she does all the work here with that same love, same intensity, but that constant thing in the back of the mind that my actual family is there. That is there in this servant maid who comes and does the duty. So likewise, in this world, when we have to do our actions, we do it with all that love, all that offering to Swami, all that thing. But in back of our mind, we say that Swami is there, and that is our true home, Tattvam. So that is our true home. And if that constant reminder is there in our mind, even as we keep doing whatever we are doing in our day-to-day life, that is a good way where it helps to go beyond the moss. We are continuously telling that, yes, I am working with the moss, but there is water behind, and it is to that water I have to go back. So that kind of reminder will constantly help. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish.
That is nice.
Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, Sister Anandi's questions, I can take for an example, the body. The body is given to you liberate. So why we born? We don't want to born again. So why we are studying hard? We don't want to fail the exam. So we don't want to fail the exam. So even though it's a Maya, so our body is filthy and it made out with 5 elements and everything. But who is seated inside? Atma is seated, God is seated inside you. So you have to take care of the body until you merge with the God. So when you talk into the person, you have to think other person also same Atma is seated within that same person, same Atma. So body may be different, color may be different, but you have to look at inside. Sai Ram, see always inside Sai Ram. See always inside Atma is there. So that is the way we have to look at that one. So when we helping the person, we may be sattvic or we may be a rajas or we may be a tamas quality. So when we started to help the person, we can move from tamas to rajastic to sattvic nature in order to achieve the God. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Someone has something to say?
Maya is the cause of all this Jagat. It's not the cause of God. I am the authority that wields Maya. This Jagat is the product of Maya, moves and behaves according to my will. I think that was Aruna's question. Aruna, that is each sentence you
Yes. Just to understand more on that Swami's words, I thought that we'll discuss after the question.
When creation had to take place, Brahman took the help of Maya. I mean, he created Maya and then he became Ishvara. The creator is called Ishvara. He has the power of Maya. With Maya, he created this universe. Okay, so this Maya, but Maya did not create Bhagawan. Maya did not create Ishvara. Ishvara's power it is. So he is having that control, that he wields that power. Okay, he uses the words for me. I am the authority that wields Maya. Maya is his power, and he wields that power. And with that help of that power, he creates this universe. Okay, so Maya is the cause of all this Jagat creation, but it is not the cause of God. I think so far that I think I have it.
What is the last sentence you said, Auntie?
It is not the cause of God.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And then the second sentence says, I am the author.
It's not the cause of God. It's not the cause of God means the creation took place with the Maya's help, but it is not the cause.
He is not the cause. He is Ishvara. He's all powerful.
So he is not the cause. Why he is saying that? Because he is the one creating it, right? With the help of Maya. Then he is saying he is not the cause of.
He is not the cause of Maya.
Oh, Maya exists. Okay. Maya already, okay. He's using.
Maya did not create him.
Yes.
He has that power.
Okay.
Yeah, that power Maya. I think, Arun, is it correct? Please go ahead if I'm wrong.
No, what you said is right, Auntie.
Okay.
See,
and also, I'm sorry.
Yes, Brother Dasan, you want to say something?
Yeah, and also even the God created, it doesn't affect him.
Yeah, it's not affecting. Jagat, which is the product of Maya. Because of Maya only the Jagat is created. So it moves and behaves according to my will, Ishvara's will. According to Ishvara's will, the Jagat moves and behaves. He is the authority. He is that Maya Shakti is under his control. That's what it means here. I hope I have made it clear to you, Aruna.
Santi. Yes. Yeah. But I was trying to understand only the why he's saying.
So the question is, because people think, for example, Lord Shiva is the creation of mind creation of people. Okay. some mental creation. That is the sense people think. So just the way you have imagined other things, maybe God also is your own imagination, okay, which may not exist. Okay, that's what, if your mind is creating. So that there what happens is, we may create a form and name for the Lord. That may be Maya. But the reality is the divinity which is beyond that name and form exists. That is the power which has, brought this entire world into being. Okay, so I think that's what, that, Maya is not the cause of God. But the thing is, avatar comes, if Swami comes, we will say this Swami is divine. The reality is, we think we limit Swami to that 5 foot 3 inches, form, and say this is God. That is actually Maya only. Maybe Vidya Maya in the sense. But the thing is, we should be able to see through that and experience the real Lord. Okay. So, so Maya is sometimes something which is helpful in us, experiencing the Lord. But that doesn't mean, our experience does not limit who the Lord is. Okay, so all that meaning comes through when you say Maya is not the cause of God.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Kalyani, you have something to ask, please.
Yes, I just had a bit of a confusion. Like, because last time we were talking about how Maya is in the mind, but here Swami saying Maya is the cause of Jagat. So, I mean, the creation, I thought the creation or Prakriti does exist outside of my mind as well. So why is Maya the cause of that?
Okay, I think, so Iraman, you want to say something?
Brother, we'll see the Telugu also, please, on that, the poem.
Yes, same.
Same.
Yeah.
So, Sairam brother, can we take it like this? God use his energy, that energy to create the Jagat, that energy, they put it in Maya Sakti. So God used the Maya Sakti to create the Jagat.
Kalyani, can you repeat your question once more?
Because I think last time we were saying how Maya is in the mind, like is an attribute of the mind. And so at some point that Maya goes from our mind and when we have knowledge or jnana, but even when we have jnana, the world still exists, like the created world is still existing around us. So, but then here Swami is saying Maya is the cause of Jagat. So then if Maya was only in the mind, then wouldn't the Jagat also disappear, like when Maya goes?
Yeah, of course it will disappear if Maya goes. The Jagat also disappears. But Kalyani, original cause when the creation took place, go there. Now leave off this present thing, what you are saying. What Swami is saying is how this creation took place. How this Jagat came into existence. So when creation took place, Ishvara created this world, this universe, with the help of Maya. So, but Maya is not the cause of God.
No, I think Kalyani's question is, yes, Swami here saying Maya has created the world. So then we are saying Maya is an aspect of our mind. If that is so, then our mind ceases to exist. Okay, the world doesn't come to cease to exist. Okay, so her question is, then how can we say, so is Maya different from our mind? That is the question she's asking.
Yeah.
Kalyani, am I
Yes, that's right.
So very simple. Okay. You are dreaming. You go to sleep and you dream. Okay, and you see a huge creation, a lot of people are in that and all that. Okay, and when you awake, does that world exist?
No.
It exists. So, but then you will say that is not the case in the waking stage, because I am seeing everything and I am seeing it's all Maya. Our mind ceases. Okay, let's say when we die, our mind ceases, but the world still goes on. That's the question, isn't it?
Yes.
So how can we say my mind created this world?
Right.
Very good question. The thing is, your Maya stopped functioning, their Maya is still functioning.
They're continuing.
But for you, that world does not exist. See, the thing is, it is multiple dreams happening at the same time. Okay. The reality is for you, that world has come to naught for you as an existence. So that's why I earlier mentioned there is something called Mahamaya, which God has created.
That's what.
This entire creation is that. But each individual also, we create our own Maya.
Our own mind. That's what. 2 levels.
2 levels. Okay, one is Mahamaya. The other one is individual Maya. The individual Maya is dependent on your own mind. So how this individual Maya created means when you are born, your world comes into being. Your eyes open and you see the world. And you perceive it in a certain way. And the reality is 2, 3 people go to the same place. Each of their experience is completely different. They will say, you are in your own world. If you sometimes tell people, you are in your own world. That means actually there is parallel worlds created by each person. And there are people, who don't even relate to their family. And, when you later on, if you're Alzheimer's or dementia, but they have a world of their own. But for them, that world is real. So the thing is, in the ultimate analysis, just the atoms are all there in this world. They form, reform, and do all that. That is Mahamaya. But within that, we create our own world.
Yeah.
That world is our own creation because the limited mind creating a limited world. Mahamaya is phenomenal world, which God's creation. Okay. But ours is a microcosm of that macrocosm.
Microcosm.
So once we understand how our mind and the world works, then you will say, oh, that is the way God's projection is also. And once you identify with the Lord, then you will see everything as a projection of the Lord. But you're not affected by it because you know that is not our real self. Okay. So this world of Maya will always exist. We won't be able to understand. It is Sanatana. It will be ever. No end, no beginning, no middle. That will always exist. But within that, we create our own Maya. We don't have to worry. Once we get over that, we will be able to see how God's Maya works. Then you will not be affected. See, God is not affected by the Maya. We are affected by our Maya.
I was explaining to Kalyani about the Mahamaya when I explained that creation and God and Maya. When it comes to our own individual creation of our own dream, when we wake up, the dream has nothing to do with reality. So also, when we talk about that Gaudapada, he says even this waking world is also a Maya. You wake up to that realization, that supreme absolute. Even this waking world also will become a dream to you. That's what he says. So we are here and we have to, we are experiencing this world, this universe. So long as Maya exists, we are there.
Brother, now after Auntie's and yours explanation and based on the Kalyani's question, now I think the God is saying that he's not a cause of the Maya is not the cause of God because it's a mind attribute, right? One. So we are seeing the created world because the mind is there. So mind we created. The creation came with that, right? The Maya. So obviously we are the people, whenever the mind is there, then that is not caused by the God. That's our karma and everything. That's how we born. So we are seeing like that. So that's how I see this one. Now, why God is saying, I am not the cause of the Maya.
It
So
is an appearance.
we are born with the mind.
Appearance.
So
It's an
attribute
appearance to you.
seeing the creation. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just one add-on to what Anna and Auntie were telling. It is like to Sisters Kalyani's question. So I bring my projector and I am projecting my film on the screen. Now, when I realize that I am that, when we go beyond that Maya, when we go beyond really the mind, then I stop my projector. I stop my projector, but the screen is available for several other people to play their projectors. They can beam whatever they want. They can watch whatever movie or whatever they want of the world. That keeps going on. But if we take it to the next level, Swami is also coming with his own projector, because Swami has taken like a name and form. Swami is also coming with a projector and he is projecting. So if we are in sync with that projection, then we really become in sync with what Bhagawan wants. If you go to the third level, then it is beyond that also. It is just only the screen exists, or there is even the screen falls apart. So I'm just traveling in a place where if we really go to a starting from a stage where I have a projector, I am playing my movie, to I shut off my projector so that there is no world for me as Sai Satish, there is no movie for me. That is over. But for others, it goes on. So next level to perceive, like even Swami with the name and form, because ultimately what Swami is saying, beyond that name and form is the true thing. So it is to go to a level of understanding, switching off the projector, seeing only the screen, to the level where I think at that point when the projector switches off, it goes to a level where ultimately even the screen doesn't exist. Like Anna was saying, the atoms and everything gets reorganized. It can become another screen or something like that. That is the ultimate sense. But just to take away for me, it'll be, can I switch off my projector? That's the kind of a thing. Sairam.
Sairam, from Brother Sai Sadi's explanation, I think that, for example, when I die, I will be disconnected from my own projector, but all other people's, the projector will be working on that screen. That means that I will be disconnected from my little world, but all rest of the worlds will be functioning. So in that case, I will think myself that the world has come to an end, because my little world has come to an end and it has been disconnected, and I wouldn't see anything in that big screen because I have been disconnected. So I really enjoy. That's a really good example to see how narrowly we think. We are the whole world. When we die, everything will die, and if we are not functioning, everything it will stop. That's an excellent example. Thank you, Brother Sai Service.
Yeah, Sairam sister. Actually, just extending to that. Actually, when I say I switch off the projector, I mean that outside casing of that projector, right? I'm just getting into the nitty-gritties. Actually, only when it is not about the body dying, it is about the mind dying. Only when it becomes amanaska do we stop the projector, or else the projector keeps coming back next birth also. We will come with a different format. I will come back and I will be playing my projector again. Only when I go not just beyond the body, I go beyond the mind. Only when both are crossed and I am at the atmic level, only then the projector stops, or else the projector will come back and play another movie in another way. But it'll just come back with instead of an old model projector, it will come in a latest model projector. That's what it will come back with. So just
and one doesn't have to die to see the screen. When one goes beyond the mind also, you can see the screen while living. That is what realization, or what we call Gnanodayam. That's what. Sairam.
Thank you, Mani Auntie. You wrote an excellent point here. All the jnanis are in that stage, yeah, thank you so much.
We don't have to die. We don't have to die. But as we are living, we can become Jivan Mukta. Seeing that screen, we can see that screen. If we can, if we don't identify ourselves with the body mind, that's what Jiva Bhranti. When we leave the Jiva Bhranti, we can attain that Tattva Bhranti. Sairam.
Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, Sairam, brother. In this last paragraph, Swami is saying about the birth, death, grief, joy. We spending most of our time on that one. We didn't understand this Maya. For an example, any death happen in our family, we were so sad and everything. If next to happen, same Atma died. We don't care. So we have to understand this all Maya. Atma never died. So for an example, we are running behind to the money. We are running behind to the woman. We are running behind to the gold things, ornaments. So we have to understand this is all Maya. This is not going to be exist. Even so, we have to run behind to the permanent thing. Then we'll differentiate that what is permanent, what is not permanent. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, brother.
Sairam, uncle, the Mahamaya, would you say that that is Prakriti?
Yeah, you can say that's Prakriti. Mahaprakriti. See, the same Prakriti is also given the form of Shakti. Rama is, the feminine aspect is the active one, in this world, which is also considered the Maya also, the Shakti of the Lord is Maya, which manifests. So it should not be taken as a negative connotation. That is the one which makes the world move, make the world change. All that is considered Shakti. That's an integral part of the Lord. Okay, so that is why Tripura Sundari is called Mahamaya also. She is also worshipped. The mother goddess is worshipped as Mahamaya because she is the one animates the world. That animation is her play, a divine play. But the thing is, we should not get caught in that play. We should know that she belongs to the Lord. Kriti belongs to the Lord. That way in the world, everything is enjoyable also. But if we forget the Lord and want only the Prakriti, then problem. Swami says, people like Ravana wanted the Prakriti without the Lord. That is a problem. So we should know that as part of the Lord and then deal with it, then everything will be fine. In this world also, if whatever we see, then when we will experience with the reverence. Even if you eat sweet, not only your tongue will taste the sweet, you will also feel, oh God, I am eating prasadam. So everything we enjoy in life also, we need to enjoy it as prasadam of the Lord. Then we will not be caught by the senses. So that is why we should not, the previous Swami said, Marachi, we forget the Lord and we want only the Nama Rupa. So that is why, so Mahamaya is the power of the Lord, which activates the world.
Yeah.
But it keeps on changing. That is why we worship the mothers also a lot. So the maternal aspect of the world is that Shiva Shakti.
Okay. Is it time now?
Oh, it's 4:31. Yes. Thank you very much, Auntie. So I think
it's very interesting discussion.
We will continue next week. Swami will be telling us, how to attach ourselves to the Lord. How do we overcome the Maya?
Yeah.
How do we enjoy the Maya along with the Lord? With the Lord. So I think that's the idea. So we will stop here with prayer,
Sairam, I don't know, a short question. So all the maternal deities we call, they are Maya Sakti, right?
The Shakti. So the Shakti, if we see the divinity in them, otherwise
Yeah.
it will be Maya. It's prone to delude possibly because that is their nature. That's why we pray to them so that they will reveal the Lord to us.
Oh, so they become the curtain.
Yeah.
They can become the curtain, they can reveal the Lord. Both they will do.
Reveal the God. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sai Ram, Aunty Sai Ram. We'll continue
Sai Ram.
next. Sai Ram. Om Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Jai
Jai
Sai
Sai.
Ram.
Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you, Sairam.